Hey, this is Allison at the River Center Branch Library. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make braided rope dog toys. If you picked up a kit from the library, you should have a set of instructions and 8 pieces of fabric. Each piece is a strip that measures about 1 inch wide by 30 to 36 inches long. And the ones included in your kit are made from upcycled t-shirt material, but you can use any type of fabric for this project. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. Now let's get started. You'll notice that you have 4 different colors of strips. You're going to pair these up with each other, and each pair will be used as one piece of the knot. So start by lining up all of the ends of the strips together and kind of pair the colors that close to one another, the similar colors. Now you're just going to tie an overhanded knot at close to the end. So do that by making a loop and pulling the end pieces through that loop. And you want to get it as close to the end as possible, but make sure you tuck all of the end pieces through the loop. Once you've got them tucked through, grab onto them and pull tight. You're going to pull this knot as tight as you can possibly get it. Keep wiggling it back and forth to tighten it up. And then once you've got it as tight as you think you can get it, you're going to pull on each of these pieces at the end to make it even tighter. Tighten it up one more time. All right, now we've got one end ready to go. So you don't have to worry about trimming this. You can do that later. So we've got our knot to start the end. Now we're going to divide up the colors and make them face the 4 different directions. So sort out your colors. And you'll notice that the colors in my project correspond with the colors on the directions. Now your colors might not match up exactly, so you'll have to kind of assign a color in your kit to each one of these colors to help you see the pattern. So I'm going to lay mine out so that it matches this pattern. And it doesn't have to on your end, just as long as you have your colors sorted. Green at the bottom, orange this way, red this way, and then blue is towards the top. Now that you've got them laid out in a cross pattern, we're going to do the first folding step. So you're going to loop the fabrics as shown. So the bottom piece is going to come up this way, and the top piece is going to come down this way. It's going to cross over this one here, and this one is going to cross over this one here. And now you can take the one on the right side, red for me, and you can see here it's going to cross over the green and through this loop made by the blue. And then we're going to take this orange one and we're going to cross it over the blue and through this loop made by the green. So you just take the end of it and kind of thread it through that loop there. Now that we've got the knot started, we're just going to slowly tighten it up. So you can tighten up one of the threads at a time, kind of gently pulling them all in towards the center knot. As you can see, the knot is forming here. So just keep tightening it up. Gently pulling on each one so that it tightens up evenly. And sometimes you'll have to pull on one of the pieces of fabric more than the other if it's tightening up faster or slower. And then you want to get the knot looking like this, nice and tight. Now this is your first knot on the toy. So we've got the base knot and then the first one. Now you'll want to notice that it's back in the cross pattern, so we still have them facing like this, but the colors have reversed. So instead of having green on the bottom, it's on the top, and these two have flipped as well. So what you're going to do the same knot, but just keep following the same pattern. Now you're going to keep following the pattern. So the blue piece or the bottom piece is going to go up over the orange, and the green one will come this way over the red. Then the orange is going to go up over the blue through the green loop, and the red will go over the green and through the blue loop. And then you're just going to tighten it up. And you've made your second layer of knots. Now you're going to lay it back out, and notice that you should have it in the same pattern as when you started. So mine is blue, orange, green, and red, and yours should correspond with where you started it. So you'll keep repeating these steps in alternating knots until you get to the end of your fabric strips. Now if you mess up and you notice that you've messed up, you can just pull those knots right out. It shouldn't be so tight to where you can't wiggle the knots out. But otherwise, just keep tying your knots around and around until you get back up to the top. Once you've got a couple of knots done, you may find it easier to hold the completed part in between your knees so that it stays in place while you're pulling your knots. All right, once you get close to the end and one of them gets down to about 6 or 7 inches, which is about 2 palm widths, you'll need to stop and go ahead and tie off your final knot. So you're going to tie the same knot that you used to start it, but it's a little bit more tricky on this end because you're so close to the end. So go ahead and tie your overhand knot, make a loop around your fingers, and then push all the ends through that loop, making sure not to leave any behind. So there's my blue ones, which were the shortest. So those are the ones I want to make sure come all the way through. Yep. Now you're going to do the same thing. Right. Tighten that knot as much as you can. And then pull each one of the fabric strips so that it fully tightens it. Once you've got it completely tightened, you can take your pair of scissors and trim off any of the really long strips, but you don't want to trim them too close to the knot. Alright, you've made a dog toy. So you can keep this toy for yourself or any dogs that you know, or you have the option to return it to the library and earn 1 hour of volunteer time per toy that you return. The library will donate these to an animal shelter. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.